Hello.
Hello.
We
It is time for
we
scuffed
back.
things.
Yeah, for the first time.
Yes.
For the first actually now I guess now there's two premieres here cuz for the first time
Hold
we're going to
on.
have a
Hold on.
thumbnail after
Well,
after months.
you guys just got a sneak peek at our podcast as well for
And
my
for the
stream.
first are you going to put yourself there?
Add source. Add source. Can I paste? I want to
Anyway,
paste. Paste reference. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I have dumb idea. How can I flip this? I know the background is black, but I don't care. Oh, we can do it that. No, that's the background. Um, Hold on. We're having some slight technical fun.
yeah.
Can I?
You do realize you have to place me like in a
There you go.
particular way because I don't have legs and I don't have like
Yeah, I don't have to. I don't have an angle. Wait, you can be on my shoulder. Your hand going in my mouth. Let's not do that.
I can feed you.
Let's just put you right here. This is already super scuffed.
What is
Where's my game?
this? My
Any full
hold
screen
on.
application?
I'm gonna pull this up real quick so that the people watching YouTube can also know what's happening. Um
Yeah. I'm gonna be doing Dero Valley while we're doing the podcast because apparently it's been 4 years since I've started streaming.
right. So anyway, yeah, so that's the other premiere. We're streaming this for the first time, which isn't gonna be a regular thing, but
It's
yeah,
just that I
occasionally we're
legit
just
don't
gonna
have time.
stream.
Like I legit don't have any other day I can do this. I get busy sometimes. That's a surprise for me as well when I start working, and the moment I start working, all of a sudden things happen. Like for example, yesterday I went to the recording of a TV show program, which is just satire. It's one of those programs. It was a lot of fun to be at though, with the just the news, actually being there and actually seeing stuff like the little mishaps, the misspeaking. Oh yeah, I was gonna take this one out of here. This massive load. But yeah, it was a fun experience. Although I was home quite late at like 11, which as I said, it is a bit. Also, some people can't drive, so I decided
No.
I'm gonna start doing something kind of dangerous, but also kind of funny. For you see, a Tesla was driving slowly while the driver was on his phone. Bad already. So what if, what did I decide to do is why am I stuck? Oh, that's why. What I decided to do was overtake, but like with like slightly less space than normal. Usually you keep a little bit of space so your overtake isn't dangerous or anything. I kept it safe,
Mm-hmm.
but I just slightly less space, hoping that the Tesla would intervene because dangerous maneuver. For the funny.
Okay.
Compass points me north. I'm at. Yeah, that is correct. But yeah, I was hoping that I'm not sure if the Tesla actually had to do any like maneuvers or anything. Probably not. But I sure hope so because it would be incredibly funny if it were.
Would it?
Just imagine being on your phone, all of a sudden your car tries to turn. Like
So
just
basically, you're attempting to cause accidents.
not that. I don't want to cause an accident. I just want the driver to sort of jump because the Tesla will keep him within the lines, right? That's what a Tesla does. It will keep you within your lane because lane is just in everything.
Yeah.
So the Tesla will be safe. And usually when I overtake, I wait for the car to appear in my inside mirror. Once it appears there, it's perfectly fine to go back. Usually I wait for the headlights to show up, like both of them. Now I only did it when I saw the back of the car, or at least the doors.
Mm-hmm.
So I just moved slightly earlier. Like, of course, I'm not just gonna cut him off. Like, I'm not gonna do it hard because that's just dangerous and causes accidents. I don't want to pit maneuver myself on a big expensive Tesla. I don't think my insurance will greatly enjoy it. You
I
know?
mean, that's not important.
Yes.
All
I don't
that's
care about the
important.
Tesla. I care about my car insurance.
All that's important is you just hit a Tesla and it's funny as fuck.
That as well. Like, oh no, your very expensive car is now damaged because you decided to be an asshole and get on your phone while driving. Like, it's dangerous. You don't notice stuff. Like, you will drive yourself off of a cliff if you are on your phone. Has it actually happened? I mean, I think many accidents have already happened with phones being involved. All that just be on your phone. Oh no, I accidentally T-boned a family of 5. Whoops. Like, I'm sure that has happened before. It's the dangers of modern technology,
Yeah.
which is why I say just drive an old car. Like, you have to do, like, it allows for more just adaptability on your end, and it allows for better driving. Because screw lane assist. I'm not dealing with that.
Honestly, once you're used to it,
And
it's not that bad.
yeah, once you're used to it. But if you're not used to it yet,
Yeah. Yeah, no.
wait, let's actually see what the weather's gonna do. Because I have to drive a steam train in the rain, and it seems that it's gonna remain wet. Nice.
So, should we get to the actual news? Also,
I
can your
haven't even
stream
like
even
really
hear me?
followed
Because
much apart
my
from
my character is not moving. Oh, never mind. There's just okay. There, never mind. It's delay on the. Never mind. It's Twitch delay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Uh, so let's begin with perhaps the biggest news. There's apparently a truce between Hamas and
Oh yeah,
Israel.
Gaza. That
Like, Gaza.
yeah that entire thing.
Yeah. So, I'm already gonna just say right away that shit ain't lasting. It is. It's just not. Like, I'm sorry.
I mean,
I mean, I don't know the specifics of the truce, I suppose, but
there is potential that it's gonna last, but I do understand your belief that it's not gonna last, because even I'm a little bit skeptical about it. Like, on one hand, it can work, but you have to have a third party there to keep the peace. Otherwise, it is just gonna turn into an all-out war again,
Yeah.
and we don't want an all-out war again.
Yeah, I
Well, it
guess
wasn't
not.
I'm not sure if you can actually see it as a war that happened. I The word genocide gets thrown around a lot, which I understand.
Didn't they also like did the Hague actually like decide on that?
Uh, no, but I feel like if you actively like starve a population,
Yeah,
then
no, but it's only a war crime if the international court actually like
deems it a
decides
war.
decides
So
on that.
hold on, there are rules that make it a war crime, but even if you commit according to the rules a war crime, people can still say no, it wasn't.
Until the Hague says that it was. Yeah.
Yeah, but they can basically say, "Oh no, it was not a war crime," even though
Well,
if you
yeah,
look
but it
through
is important
a lot
that
of
there's
rules.
actual like research done into that.
Yeah, it's nuanced, of course, but you can basically commit a war crime, like a full-on war crime, and then the Hague will say, "No, it isn't. We're not gonna punish
Unlikely.
you."
If you actually do a war crime, they will call it that. But
Isn't bombing civilian targets a war crime?
I think so, yes. But then it first needs to be proven that they actually did that, like officially.
I feel like you could say that
I
when you
know they
claim.
have. Yeah, I know they have, and I'm pretty sure the international court has made a statement, so it
They've made
should
they've
be
made a
good.
statement. Wow.
Like it should be good. I think. Like I'm pretty sure that it is officially a war crime.
Like, that's just something I've noticed with those with like the NATO and everything. Like, you did something very illegal. We're gonna put out a statement
Yeah.
saying that you did something bad,
Yeah.
and then we're not gonna do shit anymore.
Oh yeah, but sure, sure. Doing something about it, that takes effort, man.
Yeah, so
Like
waking
saying something about it, that's already kind of pushing it, you know.
waking up takes effort as well,
True. Oh, actually.
and yet they've done it. So if I can wake up
They
and get out
woke
of
up.
bed,
They.
if I can get out of bed and wake up, they can actually punish war criminals. But I think there's also a big reason why they don't really do that. The reason is called money. It costs money, and you're punishing rich people. They have money,
Yeah.
which means they can probably just buy people out. As one does. Because of course. Like, I have to say, like I've said this before while driving as well, like, if you have money, you basically have the power. Like how big oil companies are paying a bunch of money to keep everybody silent about dropping billions of liters of oil into the ocean, you know? If you pay people enough, they're gonna stay quiet.
True.
All you have to do is pay them enough.
Yeah.
And boy, are they paying enough.
Can they pay me?
I don't know.
How do I get them to pay me?
No idea. Can you get them to pay you to, so you can basically out them? So they pay you, so you go again, so you can go against them. The ultimate betrayal.
But
Alrighty,
anyway, there's a truce now. Anyway, I haven't checked out the. Maybe we should do that.
what the news apps?
The actual like specifics of that truce.
Yeah.
Because
Well, while you're
one
looking
thing
that
I
up,
do know about it is that Trump wanted to get the Nobel Prize for it, like the peace one,
yeah,
and
sure,
that he
Trump
didn't get
getting a
it.
prize for peace.
And I did read somewhere. I don't know if this is true, but I did read somewhere that he apparently talked to the winner,
Yeah.
and he said that she was very nice. And then he said, 'cause she was fighting for like freedom or something in Venezuela, I think.
Yeah, that seems about. I
And
think that seems about right. Yeah.
and then he said, apparently, I don't know. Again, I don't know if this is true, but I would not be surprised. Uh, apparently he said that she was very nice and that because America pays quite a lot of money to uh, Venezuela, that he is in part like responsible, like in part, you know, helped her.
Yeah. Sure.
The man was crediting himself anyway. Yeah.
Of course, the man was crediting himself. You know.
Yeah. But anyway, so there is that. Um
Also, I just want to have a quick talk about Dutch politics
what happened
because
now?
one government party, you know, that each party has to put in a plan, right? They have to give a plan, and then that plan goes to some people. That plan goes to some people, and then they make their thing about it. They make their actual like idea stuff, and then that gets that then goes out to the public, and the public has a look at it, says I agree with their views, and then votes on them, right?
Yeah.
Well, what they showed as a plan was not the same
Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
as what they
Cause
told the public.
yeah.
So guess what?
Yeah.
People were annoyed.
I wonder where you learned this information.
Yes, I was there when it was presented live.
Yeah, no, I saw that. Yeah, they just said like, but not even like, oh, you just like missaid something, right? Like, no, it was actually just completely different.
Like, in their program that they send out to the public, they said, we're not doing anything with the retirement age. But in the plan that they gave,
Yeah.
they actually said they want to raise it.
Yeah.
So yeah. It got a bit out of hand.
Yeah.
And not only that, it's just dishonest. To be
Yes.
fair, it's a political party. What do you expect from them?
Fair. Which party was it again?
Yeah, 21.
Was het ja 21?
Yeah,
21.
yes. They were the ones being a little bit, how do I put this? Weird.
Fuck you, Wucky.
Yes.
Yeah, well, you know. Actually, while we're on political news, let's talk some shit about another party.
Which one?
The farmers' party, the BBB.
Ah, that
Because
party.
they also said something very funny.
Like what?
So they kept blaming that. So you know they've tried to make a bunch of laws, and none of them got through the what's that called?
Like
They make the law, but then there's like another like room basically that has to look at it. Not the first one, a
they,
different one. Uh,
oh,
that
I thought
has
you were
to
gonna say the
check
first
if
one.
they're even like possible at all according to you know, the laws we already have, to European laws, all that, right?
Budgets, especially.
Yeah, that's well, but I think it's mostly on actual, like, on law that already exists.
Yeah, but I feel like it's also partially does it fit within our budget because money is a
Now,
big thing.
this group that has to look at that, it's 17 people. They have to be anonymous, like, so if they all have to come to an agreement, it's not like a voting thing, they all have to agree,
Yeah.
which means that no matter what party they originated from, that doesn't matter. In fact, most of them didn't even originate from any party. Now, the Farmers Party was like, well, none of our laws got through there because, like, over 50% of them in that room are D66, which is another Dutch political party.
Yeah.
You wanna guess how many of those 17 were D66? Which again doesn't even matter if they were. But how many do you guess?
Uh, out of the 17,
Yes.
8,
2.
2. Seriously.
2. Yep. But she kept insisting on like, well, but, you know, it's that party, and it's like, no, your laws just don't work. Stop. So yeah, I thought that was very funny.
Understandable.
I mean, in a way, it also isn't, but
Yeah, I mean, I understand that it isn't funny, but at the same time, I mean, political parties love blaming each other.
true.
Like you can say all you want, but if a political party has the chance to blame another party and make them look bad so they get less votes during the next election, then no, trust me, they will do it. They love blaming each other.
Yeah.
And we, the people, have to apparently just deal with that.
Yep.
Which I find a tad bit weird.
Well, that's
But hey, that's
yeah, that's just how it is.
politics.
I mean, I've already talked about this before. I just hate the way politics is anyway.
It's it's just show.
Yeah, and I don't like that. I should also probably start doing some actual research in who has plans that actually can work.
And yeah, I guess that would be an option, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm voting for. I don't give a shit who becomes the biggest, because that's another thing I don't like is that you have like what do you call them in English? When
You
they
have to
start asking
parties
people
can
who are
like
you gonna
often
vote for, and then they put that on a chart.
yeah,
Like
like you
I
have your yeah, basically it's predicting basically. It's
yeah,
just like,
yes,
well,
kind of.
it's
But you know
gonna
what the
and
problem
sometimes
with
it's
that
correct,
is?
sometimes it isn't.
The
What?
problem with that is like right now if you were to check that, I don't know the exact numbers of it, but I assume that the PVV
I looked at it today.
and the
They're gonna be
GroenLinks
around the
are
same size.
are like
Like, it's
the
gonna
biggest
also remain
ones
around the
probably.
same size.
Well, yeah, but they're probably like the
Yeah,
biggest ones is what I mean. Now
which is kind of funny, cause
my issue with that,
yeah,
there's people that will look at that and not agree with one of them, but still vote for it anyway, just so that the other one doesn't get the biggest. But what happens then is that now the line for that one goes up, which means other people will now vote for the other party, even if they don't agree with it, because they really don't want the other one.
yeah,
And that is why we have like two or three big parties in the in the actual government, and not
yeah. It's also
and then a bunch of really smaller ones, and why it's not more evenly spread.
it's also the fact that you usually have to form a coalition,
Yeah.
like because of course we don't have we don't have a party with the majority. That means that that party's gonna have to work together. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to form a coalition. Otherwise, you just don't get to rule. That sometimes can take months. I think last time it took half a year to form a coalition. Just to get one coalition ready, it took our government half a year to do that,
Mm-hmm.
which in
Yeah.
my opinion is a bit weird. Like, it's not supposed to be like that. It's supposed to be you basically kind of know it might take a month to get everybody in line and agree on stuff because you have to come to an agreement. And it's basically just a compromise like, oh yeah, I want this. Yeah, but I don't want that. Then you basically, if you have, let's say you have a thing that you want and I don't want, and I have a thing that I want but that you don't want, then we'll basically say, right, we either do neither or we'll do both. depending on what subject it's about, or if it's about two different subjects, then we say, all right, if you get to do that, then I get to do this. So
Mm-hmm.
you have to first make a compromise. After that has happened, then you have a government, and 4 years later, you get to do the voting all over again.
Yeah.
Because, yay, more voting. But, well, it's Netherlands, and we have to deal with it because we live in it.
Yes.
And, like, what you're saying, Jim, is that you would go for the party that has the most reachable goal.
Yeah.
I do have a feeling it would still need to align with your views a little bit.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
not just,
obviously.
but that makes a lot of
But
sense
but I would
because,
rather vote for a party that I don't fully agree with that at least has like plans that like they thought out and that can happen than I would vote for a party that yells things that will get votes because people agree.
it sounds bad that I'm gonna say this, but you basically just described the entire far right
A lot of it, yeah.
with the whole we're gonna just scream things that people want
Yeah,
without saying
but
how we're gonna do it.
here's the deal. It's not even that I fully disagree with everything I mean, okay, far right. Yeah, duh. But like
Yeah,
there are some more right ideas that I do agree to.
yeah,
But then they come out and are like, "Hey, we're going to do this." I'm like, "No, you're not." Good fucking luck.
yeah. I mean, sure, there are some rules and regulations that I'm like, why are those even that way?
Yeah.
When it definitely shouldn't, but apparently they are because, yeah,
That is something I like about the SGP, I think it is, which is a Christian
the
party.
a
Uh,
very Christian party.
they have this thing. So and this annoys me very much as well, where they will parties, especially now that like elections coming up, they do this a lot. They will bring in like a request or whatever, like a thing into the you know present an idea basically for like
Yeah,
a statement or law or whatever that is completely meaningless because it already exists. But they will do it. Like for instance, recently there was one by the PVV, the Freedoms Party, that was like,
yeah. Hello,
oh hello,
hello.
and it was against like what do you call it? Discriminating Jewish people,
Isn't it
and
just
every
basically
party,
against
yes,
discrimination?
yes, which already is literally our first law is don't discriminate.
Yeah,
So this thing is
it's in the part of
meaningless.
laws that you cannot change.
Yeah, this is a completely meaningless suggestion. But all the parties are in favor of it because otherwise people are gonna be like, oh, so they're in favor of discrimination. And it's like, no, it's just
I
meaningless.
wonder where you got this story from.
Yeah, I know. No, but it really annoys me that this is a thing. And
Yeah, they
like
basic.
and one thing that I do appreciate about the SIP is that they always vote against these statements, even if they agree with them. They still vote against it because it's meaningless.
Yeah, like for context, the viewers of the podcast and the viewers of my stream, we have like when elections come up, they just put in like ideas, they present them so they can turn into laws potentially.
Yeah,
However, with the elections being like months away, there is no way that they are getting done in time. So they just do it to kind of rally the people.
yeah,
That is their entire idea. Just You rally the people, they get excited for it,
Mm-hmm.
and that's when shit hits the fan quite rapidly. And everybody hates it, yet it happens.
Yep.
But a lot of people don't even know about it. They just see the social media posts and then they go from there.
Pretty much.
Because everybody has social media, but not everybody does research. Like, nobody does research.
Yeah. Well, research nowadays means I saw this on Facebook.
I
Dat
took.
heb gestaan op Facebook.
Exactly,
shitting.
exactly. I was thinking of doing that. I was like, nah, this is an English podcast.
Like, I took a shit. And while I was shitting, I was looking on Facebook.
Why do you
And then I
have
saw this
Facebook?
post.
Oh
Yeah,
wait,
that's the thing.
you're making a metaphor. Okay, never mind.
I do have Facebook. I only use it for Volkswagen stuff because everybody, the usual target audience of the of old Volkswagens are boomers, and they love Facebook. So yeah, or to keep my progress in games. A
Right.
sometimes that comes in quite handy.
Okay.
But yeah, apart from that, I don't use Facebook at all. I mainly just scroll Reddit like a true virgin. Am I?
Okay.
What? Oh, I need to add water. But yeah. Let's see. Do we have other news? What is speed limit here? 80. I have 50.
Yes. I actually have another thing, and it's actually quite concerning. Actually, before I
All
talk
right.
about this, I'm going to check if it's true.
Throw out the idea, please.
Hold on.
Just so we can get a little bit of a taste for it, you know?
It's about China.
Oh.
So,
But I'm first going to...
why is my fire
Okay.
so hot?
It seems like it might be true then. Well, let me
And
just
what
read,
is true?
let me just quickly read this.
Well, I can just back that on into there and then blood forward or switch there. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Or
Right. Okay. So China has made the statement that they are the biggest military unit, or the strongest military unit in the world,
yeah,
because they have like a shitload of really powerful nuclear weapons that are strong enough that they're fast enough that you can't like intercept them.
intercept. Yeah.
I can't find the statement that a colleague of mine said they made. So that might not be true, which is good. Other than that, there's more tensions with Taiwan, because of course there are.
China still think it belongs to them.
Yeah,
In the meantime, the
yeah,
entire
but
world is like, no, it ain't.
the fact that they start taking pride in having nuclear weapons with, in something that has to do with Taiwan, that is quite concerning. Yeah, I would agree to that.
That does seem like they want to do something.
Because
But the problem,
because they also still plan to make that one with them again.
yeah, but the problem is, right? If they decide to nuke Taiwan to make sure it, oh well, modern nuclear bombs don't really have that all out anymore. Like, when you have an
It
actual atom
depends. Do
bomb,
they decide? To have
It
full power,
Well,
no.
it depends on bomb. If you go with hydrogen bombs, which I think are the modern ones, they seem to have less, of that nuclear fallout that brings a nuclear winter, ruins everything, say goodbye to inhabiting your house for the next 2,000 years.
okay,
Are we
What if I
gonna get
okay,
another
good.
climate crisis, but this time we have to stop nuclear fallout?
I can't find what my colleague
Only
was
use
talking
normal
about.
bombs.
I can't find what my colleague was talking about, so I think it wasn't real, so in that case I also won't bring it up here because I don't want panic to spread. I don't want to be the person to spread panic.
You don't? Why not?
What? No, China is threatening or something?
I'll I can talk about it later after the podcast. I'm not gonna say it on YouTube.
Aw.
But no, they were not threatening with them. Well, I would say that the fact that they make that statement is
It's a
kind of a threat in of itself, but they haven't been
yeah.
like, we're gonna use them.
We're gonna use nuclear weapons. But in reality, the moment you do it, everybody does it, and it's mutually assured destruction, also known as MAD. Because you'd be mad to try it. I think I'm going the wrong way.
Is that known as MAD?
Mutually. Well, if you shorten mutually
Can
assured
we
destruction,
can
Yeah,
we all
but
just
yeah.
quickly do like a little imagining thing, like a little thought experiment is not the
fantasy.
word, but just let's all just like close our eyes, just imagine a world with no weapons and no pride and no
Don't do this
no
while you're driving, by
envy
the
or
way. Don't close
whatever.
your eyes.
Just fucking yeah. Unless you're like driving, don't close your eyes if you're driving. But
Just
uh,
imagine the song Imagine by John Lennon.
exactly. Just imagine like a nice peaceful world with no weapons and no violence and nothing. And then we all make a space fleet and go invade them.
What?
Yep. That
Yeah.
makes perfect
Because they
sense.
can't defend themselves.
Yeah. You could like you would basically get the answer like you got rid of all your weapons.
That's how we
It's
that's how we unite humanity. We'll just invade another world that can't defend themselves.
well, I still find what I find funny at
That
some
might actually
point.
work, yeah. Great plan.
Yeah, I know, right?
You know what's funny to think about
I'm
sometimes?
I'm a run for president with that, so I'm sure.
Oh, I mean,
We're gonna invade Mars. Oh wait, we already have someone like that.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
we're kind of already are doing that.
You can befriend someone. Just know that he is very bad at Elden Ring, and
Yes.
that he apparently he's also bad at Path of Exile, which exposed him that he like hires people to play games for him.
And that he also likes the
Who are we
1940s
talking about
Germans.
here?
Musk.
The one that made a
Oh.
stainless
Wait,
steel
who do
box
you
that is
think we're talking about?
falling apart.
Well, I thought it was Musk, and well, I guess I haven't heard about everything. When we were
Well,
still
I'm
at
sure you've
Mars, I was like, yeah, it's gonna be Musk, but
Yeah.
yeah.
No, he
Like he has
did you not
some
know
weird
this? That
thing
he
with the
hired people to
planet.
play games for him.
no, I have not heard of this.
So he was ranked like top 20 or something in the game Path of Exile, which apparently top players in the game spend like 40 hours back to back sometimes to like keep that rank, right? So someone
Yeah,
as busy as him just could not do that. And then he live streamed himself playing it. And a lot of high level items he had like nothing to say about. He was just like, oh yeah, I gotta level that up. Oh yeah, I gotta level that up. Like, it just. He had all these rare shit that he just didn't care about. because he didn't know what it was. And he didn't know basic mechanics.
That's the biggest
Good.
giveaway.
If you have that much money where you can just hire somebody to fake it all,
Yeah.
honestly, fair enough.
Yeah, but
Yeah, but
this
then
this is how it came
don't
out.
do it at such a high level,
And then
because then people are
people
gonna get pissed.
took a closer look at his
Yeah, but
Elden Ring build,
it
which
is just kind of him trolling, isn't it?
yeah, well no, because he was trying to be serious about it. He was like, oh, he was top 20 in Path of Exile, like he was a gamer like us, and he's like, and then it came out, no, he wasn't. But also, then people look at his Elden Ring build, and it is pathetic. His stats were spread so like strange. He was carrying 2 shields. Why? Why do you need more than 2 shields?
In case your one shield
Like,
isn't enough and you want to be double protected.
it's not. No, but it wasn't
Honestly,
like, oh, 1 shield in one hand and 1 shield in the other. Because there's actually a possibility to do that. Like there is some merit to some builds to do that. He was carrying 2 shields in his offhand that he could switch between.
I need to find a water tower. Where is a water tower here? There.
So yeah,
Because I'm
it
fully.
became a meme in the Elden Ring community to like beat the game with his build. Also, he was overloaded. No, we're not overloaded, but he was heavyweight, which is not great.
I just realized I'm completely out of water in my Steam engine. You know, that uses water as its source of movement and also overheating protection. You know, that type of train that doesn't have water anymore. Which means if I use too much, I'm going to dump my fire, get a different engine to push to a place that has water, give the engine water again. Why? Can I run faster at least? Yeah, I'm running slow. But yeah. Also, apparently here in the Netherlands, we struggle with giving people their voting pass.
Do we? I
Wait,
have it.
really?
I have it right here.
Yeah, I also have mine, but apparently
Yeah.
thousands of people do not.
Haha. No more
Because,
democracy.
well, it's just that, you know, the people that got
That do actually believe that are now like, see, we told
no,
you.
but it's mainly with the mail that it goes wrong. Like,
Yeah,
The
but Jules, the government is manipulating the mail.
exactly. All the wappies were right.
why
Like,
would they?
have they not given you the money yet?
No, are they
What?
gonna now?
You're supposed to vote for the baby bay. You're
You're
supposed to
s-
vote for them.
you're supposed to vote for the
Did
party
they
that's not
did,
gonna ruin the country.
did they not give you that money yet to do that?
Nope.
Oh, lucky you.
Vote for the party that's not going to ruin the country. Well, that'd be a hard vote
The pirate
That is
party.
at the
also
moment.
that's also subjective, meaning I technically told you who to vote for,
Dude,
but it's still up to you.
can we all
Which means
just
I didn't influence your vote.
vote for the pirate party for the joke just to see what would happen? I
I
don't
hope
know
you
what they
realize how
stand for
dumb
at
that
all. I
actually
just know they
sounds.
exist.
I
Yeah,
know you realize.
aren't they also like in Horn? I think.
Probably. I mean, they're doing
Uh,
the national the national
I
I
actually
election.
think at
So
some
voting.
point during my third internship, I worked with somebody who was actually part of the party in Horn.
Yeah, but like you should have the list, right? Because in the Netherlands, we actually can give people a list of people
Yeah,
that are
no,
in government.
In
Wait.
America, they can't do that. They do have
No, this
lists.
true.
They just can't give them.
No, they just can't do that. But here, before you vote, you get an entire list of people that are going to be up for voting, so you can actually see. So you can already decide. All right, I'm going to vote on this person because you don't vote on a party. You vote on a person.
Within a party,
Yes.
which often just leads to people, he is number one in the party, I'll vote for him.
Yeah, I don't do
Yeah.
that.
You don't? You
No.
actually see which person you're voting for?
Yeah.
No, I did a kind of weird version of that. I just looked for the funniest last name.
Oh my god. No, so what I do, I find the party that aligns the most with what I
Why is it
want.
completely not surprising that Jule just makes it a complete meme on who he votes for?
Just
Well, that's more reason for you to
question.
vote the pirate party.
Just is the last name funny?
But no,
Yes.
I vote by like I find a party that aligns most with what I would want, right? And then within that, I will go down the list. I'm not gonna check all of them. I'm gonna go down the list, starting with one, and just go down until I find the person. And I think we're gonna do this again this year, and that's what I've done the previous years as well. Who seems to know the most about like cybersecurity and that sort of stuff.
The actual parts where you're concerned about.
Yes, because most people in the government are not enough concerned about that sort of stuff, like about the digital things, which is quite concerning considering the age we live in.
Yeah, but considering the government is usually a generation behind.
Yeah, that's yeah. Which means it's our turn.
Yeah, but unfortunately, nobody is willing to go into politics.
So, Yoran, you were gonna run for president, you said?
Oh yeah, no, yeah, no, we already spoke about
Yeah.
our point, didn't we, Jim?
Did
Like
we?
half a year ago.
Did we? I don't remember.
Yeah, bring back the Crusades.
All right, yeah. Yeah, you go talk to the Pope for that. Yeah.
Like, can we do another one, please?
Yeah, no, I don't
Can
buy
we
into
I
the
know
Pope.
I know
so-
you're not with the Pope, but he's the one that did the crusade last time, so
Like,
Yeah, well,
what are you gonna?
these
What are
are
you
the
even
new
gonna?
Crusades.
the new crusade, the Protestant crusade.
Like, what are you gonna do even? Like, call him up and be like, please, can we? Can
You're
we? Like
gonna
a child
you're
asking
gonna nail more
their
critiques
parents.
on church doors on the way.
That's gonna start another
Yeah,
war.
definitely.
You know, like it did last time.
Last time? History?
That
Wait, do you
What?
not
quick history
know?
lesson.
Do you not know how the
What?
Protestants happened?
Of course I did.
Okay, I was
That's not
about to
the
say.
You know that's basically all you get in like.
Yeah, I know.
Like, I'm
You
gonna
get it
give a
way
quick
too much here.
rundown
Yeah, I know.
for people that don't know. Right? You basically had the church, and it was at the time where
Oh yeah,
they
The
I guess this
basically
is
said,
not
they mentioned the
publicly
Catholic
or
Church at the time.
yeah, the Catholic Church at the time basically was saying you can buy your way into heaven because we want money.
Yeah.
Well,
Pope
they
wanted to
didn't say
build
that
It
the,
still
last
the
time.
Pope
happens.
wanted to build a gigantic church.
Yeah. So at that point, a person named Martin Luther decided, I'm gonna nail some critique to church doors.
75 reasons. Like,
Yeah. He wrote down a bunch of reasons, was like, I'm gonna nail this to the doors.
yeah.
Did that,
How many should I do?
and
76.
69.
What did you say, Jim?
76. You gotta one up him.
No, or just 69 because funny number.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna answer that as well.
Wait, in that case,
Yes.
go all the way with 420.
Like you went up and it's a funny number.
So I'll hear from you next year.
325. I didn't know one for this one, but I had it in another
Yeah,
one, so
I'll
there
hear
you
from
go.
you next year once you've written them all down with real ink.
With
Yeah.
real ink.
Like I still have a pen you can use.
Do you actually? Do you have like one of those pens?
We do as well.
I
We have
don't
a calligraphy pen at home.
like. I don't really. I have. You know the pen I have. I used to write with it at school.
Oh, that stupid
Oh,
thing.
no,
Well,
but
that
we
doesn't
have
really
an
count.
we have an actual calligraphy pen
Yeah, exactly. I need a feather.
with
Joel.
like, well, it's not a feather, but it has like the tips, and there's like a bunch of different tips for like different, different sizes and stuff, and like, and you gotta dip it
I'm
into
pretty
the
sure.
ink, and you gotta
I'm
do the
pretty sure
thing.
both my sister independently both got themselves one, so I could also just ask them.
Why do they have that? Actually, one of them draws. Yeah, I could see that.
Both draw.
Oh, I've only seen the one draw.
Yeah. Actually, do you not? No, I guess you don't know this, but Stevens is actually doing art school.
Oh,
She got accepted.
wait.
Yes. Oh
Good.
yeah,
That
yeah. That's
prevented
quite a
another
while
world war from
ago.
happening.
uh, yeah.
We all know what happened last time when somebody got rejected from art school.
Not wait.
Well, I don't think that was last time, to be fair, but
Well, well, actually,
No,
it's
he
not
is
that.
the only one
No,
who
no, I
got
don't think she's into
rejected.
politics. So
yeah, no, he's the only one that ever got rejected from art school,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, not all
Yeah.
those like.
well, before maybe, but after that they definitely allowed almost everybody in.
No, they didn't.
Well, to
Getting
be
into
fair,
art school.
the standard these days is if you can put a banana on a canvas, then you're there. So
No, no, no.
No,
Getting
if you could
into
tape
art
a
school
banana
is
to a
actually
wall.
pretty difficult, at least in the Netherlands.
Hmm?
Getting into art school is actually pretty difficult in the Netherlands.
yeah, well, I mean, this is an MBO, so it's not that difficult, but well, I say that, but I don't. There is like
how,
a genuine selection process.
Yeah, like
how
they
do you
do
get
look
into it
like they
even?
prefer if you have like HAFO at least, or already like a different art study before it.
Yeah, but my
Mhm.
question is, how do you even then get into the art school?
By
Like,
submitting your
You
art, you
you
submit.
apply.
Yeah, you apply and you
like you
show
just
what you've made.
basically
How did you get your paper? Did you just show up and not apply? What's
Yeah, he was actually never registered in the school.
yeah,
also
Tonic didn't have a
you guys do
card for it.
remember that that process where you had to like answer a bunch of math questions and stuff?
No,
No?
No.
do you need to
Well,
do that?
they at least for me they asked to do a test to see if I was able to do the
For
like
I think
for
that has more
this
to do with your
school,
dyslexia than it has to do
yeah.
with
for the one you're doing now, or
No,
for
no.
originally?
For MBO,
I don't
we had to
remember
do
that,
a
but
we
wait,
we had to do a test for that.
I don't
I
remember
think
that.
that more has to do
Did
with
that
your
depend on what
lack
kind of
of
math that you were taught at school, like before?
I don't know.
Or maybe it was like if depending on your grade. I
Is
don't
there
know.
even different levels of math in
Yeah, there
TL?
is. There's math A and math B.
Op TL ook?
I don't know. I think there
I
is.
don't
Yeah.
think there is there is on
no.
TL. There definitely is at like HAVO and VWO, but
Oh
I
yeah,
don't
if you go
think there is on
higher,
TL.
then there are definitely like a lot of different levels, like different flavors of math.
Yeah.
Different flavors of math.
Each
Yeah.
one more difficult than the last one.
I prefer mint.
Ah.
Minty math.
Pythagoras. No, not the triangle. The
Trigonometry and
one where he
everything.
said that 1 is not actually the first number, but 2 is the first number.
Why?
We watched like a whole video about this at some point. I don't fully remember why. It was like
It's weird.
because
one not
it was like
enough?
because 1 times 1 is still 1.
Yeah.
But 2 you can actually divide and you can actually
Yeah, I guess that's the first character that actually has the
yeah.
attributes of a number,
Yeah, that was
if you will.
basically it. Yeah.
Although technically -1 exists, but we'll just ignore that, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No, that
-1
doesn't
times
fit in
-1.
Greek philosophy, okay? I don't know if
Oh
it
yeah, it
does.
doesn't
Maybe
fit
it
with the
does.
Greek
I have
He
no
was
idea.
philosophy. It's
he
gonna
was
be
not really
scuffed.
Greek though, was he?
Was he not Greek?
I don't know.
He was Greek, right? Pythagoras. Yeah, Pythagoras. Yeah, he was Greek. It was Greek
I don't know.
philosophy.
I actually don't know anything about him, so I don't
He,
know.
he was a Greek philosopher.
I never imagined him as a Greek. I don't know why.
Why not? Most math came from Greece. I'm pretty sure the one that we use today.
I don't think they had pi yet in Greece.
Well, did they have a good
No.
recipe at least?
I think they had the
No.
basic of it. I'm not sure. I know that what's his name? Gravity Man.
Newton.
Newton. I think
Yeah.
he discovered
He
a
was not
lot.
Greek.
No. But I think he's the one who discovered a lot of like numbers in pi, but not all of it. Like someone
Yeah,
else started it.
I think it was you know Neil deGrasse Tyson, that dude
Yeah.
who is almost a scientist. That dude.
Wait.
I think he at some point like put down on what Newton did, and it was like all these great things, like
You mean
uh,
the wait? Who are we talking about?
Neil deGrasse Tyson.
I don't. Do I know
If you look
him?
up a picture of him, you'll probably recognize him.
yeah,
For
you
some
definitely
reason, in
know
my
him.
mind, it's that guy that was sentenced for human trafficking.
What?
But I think that's someone else.
Uh,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. I don't think he is either convicted or even suspected of.
Okay, well then it's someone else.
No, but Newton like invented algebra, did all
Yeah,
that,
yeah.
and then the list goes on, and then he like turned 24 or something. It's absolutely mad.
Wait,
right, I've added.
he
After
was
he
a,
did all that,
he was only 24 years old.
something like that, 20 something. He was not old.
Damn, we're behind on schedule on what we are supposed to be doing, I think.
Yes.
I think we're not capable of what he did.
Oh,
Yeah, because it has already been done. What he
Oh
did.
yeah. No, you're right. If we were in his shoes, we definitely could have done that. You're right.
yes. I can watch
Copium
apples
hits
fall from.
hard.
I can watch apples fall from trees.
Yeah, can you also come up with our entire course that we had at school, because that's basically what he did, and more,
Um.
without help, without Oskam.
Oh, without Oscom is a big ask.
My
You have
point
to
exactly.
pay for the water before you get it? What kind of bullshit scam is that?
That sounds fairly reasonable.
Well,
Usually that's how
if
an
let me
economy
explain
works.
this. Let me explain the scenario a little bit more. I refilled the water in my steam engine. The water only appeared inside of my steam engine the moment I paid for the water. So I put it in, but only when I pay for it does it appear.
I don't think that's physically possible, but here we are.
I was about to say, do you notice my slight confusion? With that whole scenario of like I'm currently
That's a
putting
bit
more
too
water in,
much.
it's full. I'm gonna pay for that water again. Alright, now I'm fully filled up. Then we're gonna shove it into reverse a little bit more and get fresh coal. And then we're gonna connect back up to my train. I won't get I definitely won't get a time bonus for this, but who cares? Who needs a time bonus anyway if you're already gonna earn a lot of money? Am I already
Free
above?
holiday, Jules. Always accept a free holiday.
Yeah, of course. You get
Speaking
fired.
speaking of holiday, you guys have plans?
Depends on
Work.
when.
Oh wait, you still have a job.
Yeah.
We
You,
both
you
have a job.
wait, you guys don't have holiday. Wait.
I have a holiday if I ask for one.
Yeah, which means, Jim, we can do it cheap because
Yeah,
we can
you
basically
guys
say
can actually
we are.
decide when to go on holiday. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we may have less holidays overall, but we can actually decide when, so we can go during the season where nobody is gonna try and go. We don't
Right.
because often, especially in the Netherlands, if you go on vacation during school holidays, the prices go up. Like the hotel and like all that pricing goes up because, well, hotels and everything, resorts, they know that demand is going to go up. And supply and demand, economics and everything. If the
I
demand goes up,
mean,
but the supply remains the same, the price goes up.
We're not at school right now, dude. Come on.
I've already given a
well,
history lesson.
here's the thing with that though, Bush.
Yeah.
I'm someone who plans to spend holidays like writing and drawing and video editing, like.
Yeah, you spend them at
So
home.
I don't give a shit when it is.
Well, you could
Yeah, but
do all those things in Switzerland or something.
I. Yeah.
you're forgetting, Jim. At some point, I will drag you to London.
Dude, my father today, he was like, "Are you preparing to go to London yet?" I was like, "Why?" You want to know why?
Why?
Because there's a sumo tournament in London, and it's like the biggest sumo tournament in the world that is normally only hosted in Japan, and this is like the second time in history that it's not been hosted in Japan.
Well, you have the money. Just go.
No! Why would I want to go to a sumo wrestling tournament?
I don't know,
I
but
mean, you already picked up kendo, so you know
if you're
That's not
if
the
you're gonna
same at all!
it's
Jim,
both Japanese.
Oh
if you're gonna go to
yeah.
London, like the reason I want to drag you to London is because I want to shove you inside of an HMV
I mean, we
into
could
the
drag him
store.
to Japan, surely.
Probably, yeah.
Well, London is a little bit
We found
cheaper,
a
you know.
destination.
I'd have to say London,
Thing
tad
is
bit
though,
cheaper.
thing with Japan,
Well, once you're there, not. I think Japan
hey,
is cheaper once you're there. But
thing with Japan,
Depends on where you go.
not to like the busy cities. I'm not doing that.
well, to see, yes, but not to stay, probably.
Yeah. But
Even
I
to
would
go
go
to.
to like, calmer areas. I would see the temples and stuff. Like that seems cool.
Also, well, public transport in Japan is also good.
Yeah, I was about to say
Yeah,
it is a lot better than ours.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
except it's
London
very
also has.
full.
Yeah, but London does also have very good public. Like, if you just stay in London, which you can easily do if you go for a couple of days. Trust me, London is big. The underground is just, apart from the older ones where it's quite loud. Like you do basically put like your earphones in because otherwise it's gonna be really annoying. Apart from that, like the newer lines, it's just you get on, you sit there for like 10 minutes, boom, you are basically halfway across London already. It is
He
stupidly
finally.
simple.
It only took so many years and so many hours of learning about trains, but he finally learned how they worked.
Now I just know how they work. Like you just sit on the train, you wait, you get off the train at a different place.
Yeah, I know that's how they work, but apparently that took a while.
Yeah, I also know that you know how they work because we've we've been going with the same train for years. We've
Yes.
been
Well, not
we've
not
basically
anymore.
been traveling together.
Speaking of which, I had a terrible week this week in terms of train rides.
Boohoo cries in car ownership.
I don't own a car though.
I do.
I know. But how can I cry in car ownership if I don't own a
No,
car?
I'm gonna do that. I'm just gonna be like, oh no. Anyway,
But you weren't the one crying.
sarcasm.
This feels confusing.
Yes,
Okay,
I
well,
know.
the
I am.
point was, day one, so Monday, no electricity. So
So no
luckily my father
trains.
could pick me up at Almelo, so that wasn't too bad.
Yeah.
Next day, somebody jumped in front of it.
The
I
train
guess
you
they
were
did.
in or somewhere.
No,
That's
no, somewhere along the line.
that's not great.
Ah,
So that day was even worse in terms of traveling, because now
yeah.
the entire line was gone, and I had to go from Hengelo by bus, which sucked.
Oh, you had to use the bus. Ah,
Yes, our favorite experience, Azul.
the bus. The bus that took like 50 minutes when it shouldn't have taken that long. That bus.
Well, I don't know if it was that bus because, well, I don't
Well,
keep
no,
track of the drivers,
that
but
that actually was replacement.
yeah.
That was train replacement. So
Well, I don't know if it was the exact bus, but
no,
it
but
was
the,
one
what
of those kinds of buses. Yes.
it was replacement. Yeah. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. It's really just a hit or miss. Like you can get really good ones where everything just goes smoothly
It's
and it's
almost like
actually
they
on time.
hire just a bunch of people and see and hope they end up with good people.
The amount of Polish number plates you see on those buses is abnormal.
I don't know if it will
Like
be abnormal, but it's
I'm not here to
definitely a lot.
discriminate, but if you're going to run replacement services within the Netherlands to replace trains, and you basically need to have a constant bus service, maybe get people with some like that are actually, fluent in the language that of the country they're in. You know, because who doesn't love having to take a bus instead of a train, and then the train driver doesn't even speak Dutch, and it's never clear where you have to go, so you ask the bus driver. Oh wait, he doesn't speak Dutch.
Hmm.
Do you see the issue?
Well, you could have gone to. I don't know where it was today, but there was another protest about immigration again.
Well, I'm not going to protest about immigration because it is in this economy necessary. You know,
Wait, how is that necessary in this economy?
What do you call them?
um,
Fucking...
do you know all those works that are usually from Poland
Basically, they
here
do
in the
shit we
Netherlands?
don't feel like doing.
Yeah, I know,
Exactly.
but that's
But
not
if you get rid of
majority
that,
of the
No, no.
if you
immigration
The
at this
majority is
time.
students.
Is it
yeah, so
not?
you basically
Yeah,
want to introduce a
I
bunch
don't
of
know the
brain
current
drain.
situation of vluchtelingen and all that, but
That
Well,
is
like,
like 20% or something.
yeah, it's a small amount
that's not that bad.
considering to the
No, but people like to blame them. But it's literally about
yeah,
20%. I think about
like 14,000, I think.
50% or something is students. A lot are also, my like for work,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and there was another one. I don't remember what the
Another
other one was.
category.
Yeah.
like there has been a lot of discussion about stuff sometimes about if you have like there's a housing crisis throughout the entire Netherlands. And apparently with the laws as they currently are, people that escape their country to go to the Netherlands can get a house quicker than the actual population of the Netherlands. So it can be seen as quite unfair if you, a person who has been there the entire time and has worked hard to save a lot of money, can't get a house, but a person that just arrived, that just walked in, gets a house within 2 weeks.
I mean that is kind of not great, to be
And
fair.
I mean, of course, they have basically nothing, and we have the ability to save up for years upon years, but it also just seems incredibly unfair to give one group an
But
immediate
but
advantage while
but
leaving the
why
other group to
why
fend for
do we need to
themselves.
save up for years and years?
Uh, you have to save up for a couple of years so you have money. So when you go to the bank, you can say, I want to borrow this amount of money.
Yeah, okay, but
I have
if you went
this
back
is a
in the
year.
day, right? Like way back in the day,
Yeah.
you could buy a house with like within a year or a year and a half.
Yep.
Yeah, it's also like you basically have to go to the bank, show that you're a low enough risk for the amount of money you want to borrow. So it's if you want to do it smart, do it the smart way, you basically need to have a
Yeah,
good
but
yearly income because the bank wants that, a solid contract at a company that is going to remain stable over the next, like just exist over the next couple of years with your pay that might increase even. So the bank can assume that if you pay that you're going to be able to give the money. But if you also say I'm going to bring in, well, if you're going to bring in a bunch of your own money, you have to borrow less, which the bank, which is good for you because it means your monthly payment is lower, or the your the total amount of time of your loan is lower. So yeah, you basically, if you want to borrow a bunch of money, like if you want to get a mortgage for a house, then you're basically gonna either have bring a bunch of money with you, and just you know if you have brought that bunch of money with you, then you also have to show that, hey, I'm gonna be earning this much money for at least the next 5 years or something. Like make sure you have a good contract, because if your banks look at don't see you as a person, they see you as a risk, because they borrow you the money. They want it back eventually, which means that if
True.
they think you are going to be high risk, that you might not have the money to pay, or if you're not going to pay, then they're going to crank up their pricing and make it incredibly expensive, or they just straight up won't give you money. Same with insurance. If they deem you a high risk, you can kiss goodbye to any possibilities, because that's today's economy. So if you want to have a good yearly income, here's the trick: become an engineer. Then you
well,
earn money and you're useful to society. Because ooh,
But
I have
Bush,
good
now there
news.
will be like a bunch more engineers and we'll get less money because there's more engineers.
Well, that is true. Well, at my company I work at, we there is so much work that we basically don't have to like we don't have to worry about the amount of work. There's actually too much. And it's actually, I think, one of the project like leaders and everything, the project managers. I think one of them even had a burnout
Oh, that's not good.
because yeah, but I do know, I do understand very well why. You have to manage one or multiple projects, and all the people you have phone calls, just contact in general with, they all have like a different idea. Like it's like a thing happens or some things aren't done and everything is now messy where they have to just start like you have to start fixing a lot of stuff. Like even today, like the project manager and the person guiding me are both gone. They're both on location at the moment, or at least they were there today. I assume they're home by now. I hope so. But I got a phone call, like on my company phone, because I got a company phone. Yay. And the basic was like, yeah, we've noticed some like
We've noticed
resistant
unusual
valves.
activity.
Well, they've noticed that some valves are used to, to protect from fire,
Mm-hmm.
because nothing's dumber than having a wall that is fireproof, and then you have a pipe running through it that isn't.
Right.
Meaning that congratulations, the fire is just going to go through the hole that it burned into the wall. So you put a valve in there that as soon as there's fire, it closes and it just seals itself. So no air can go through. Safety. Well, there were multiple of them connected to the same thing, which is not a possibility. So I just got a phone call with the question, hey, can you take a look at it, at all the other floors, and just double check to see if any others need adaptation, like need modification, or just have the arrow point to a different thing to connect it to. And so I did that for all the floors that still needed to be done. So basically from where they were to where I am working on, which is like 6 floors. No big deal. And I've noticed, I think, a total of like 9 things wrong. Which I wrote them all down because he's going to be back tomorrow, hopefully. And then we can talk about it. Like, because of course, I've only been working there for a couple of months. I'm still a rookie. I still need to be properly trained on everything. Get it? Trained while I'm driving a train. Heh. But it's
That
so
was
basically all the work
unnecessary.
yeah, exactly. All the work I do.
Sure. How do you keep lowering this bar?
I don't know,
You
but I
know,
can go
it
lower.
it really requires a type of skill,
Yeah,
at least in theory, anyway.
but like all the work I do, like when I just started there, it was quite like everything I did was checked like immediately. Now it's like occasionally just drops by. Like, can we just check what you've done? Then we check what I've done, decide what needs to be changed potentially, or what is fine as it is, and then I continue on with the next thing. It's really nice to already get some freedom and some trust after just like I've only been working there for 1.5 months, which is good.
If they're not
But they're
trusting you with anything after 1.5 months, then you should not be working there, probably.
well, or you're just incredibly incompetent.
Or that, yes.
Don't underestimate
But, but
incompetence.
but I know you a little bit, so I don't think that's necessarily the case.
Yeah, if they don't trust me within like well, within this time frame, then there are problems. But the work I do isn't just it isn't that difficult. It's just there are a lot of little details with things like how many things are allowed to be connected to one module and everything. It can be a challenging job sometimes. But the worst case scenario, I just get a big puzzle, which I enjoy doing because I just get to do a big puzzle, and they get to see the work that I did, and they say, all right, well, good stuff. Just change these things a little bit. I do that. It's uploaded into the system, and the system we work in is also great. you have a trash can, and if you throw something in the like if you accidentally delete something, which then deletes it for everybody, so be careful. It throws it into you know the same trash can, like
It
the same
sounds
type
like
of
he has
system you
already
have.
found out.
Yeah.
No, well, at some point, yes, but like no, with nothing major. Just shit. I needed a previous version still. That type that thing where you delete something thinking you don't need it anymore, and then it turns out you needed it. Like cooking and throwing away the box with the recipe on it, and then you have to look through your trash can again to find it because you don't remember the directions.
If you need directions for cooking, then you messed up big time anyway.
Well, you know how you sometimes have those like boxes with just like some pouches in them with spice mix or something
Yeah,
that have
yeah,
directions on the back?
those are recipes. But what
Yeah, the
what are you
recipe.
doing with directions?
Take a left here, straight to the drawer with the pans. Take one out. Then take the next left to
I mean, at that point, I'd
the
be
stovetop.
scared that the person who wrote this recipe knows where I live and where I store my ingredients.
Yes, like like the one that made like the box knows
Yeah.
your entire house. It knows your kitchen.
Yeah,
No, but
and now go to the cabinet on the right. Just knows the layout. That'd be quite concerning. Yeah.
yeah. Speaking of cooking, after this podcast is ended and my stream is ended, I'm gonna finish baking brownies.
Again?
Also, speaking of cooking, when?
When shirts.
Oh, we're cooking here.
That depends, but I feel like it's easier to combine the two if all three of us want to be there with the cooking. It saves
Yes.
up around. Let me think. Hold on. Let me calculate. I think it's around 125 kilometers to get to you. So we do that times two. My car runs 1 in 16, so we divide it by 16. That's 15 and 5/8 of a liter, so we make 16 liters at a price of €2. That's $32 saved.
In theory, anyway.
Yeah, in reality, it's probably going to be more like 40 because you use a little bit more fuel. Because, yeah, that's just how that works. You use a little bit more fuel because you have traffic and everything. You're not just doing it at a constant speed. Speaking of traffic, there are some actual idiots on the road to the point where I'm starting to flash my lights. I had somebody brake for a green light recently.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I started flashing my lights like 3 times, like, look the fuck up at the light. Don't stare at your phone. Just look. It's green. That means go. It also didn't help that I had a van up my ass the entire time. Like, he did not want to
Yeah,
get
no,
off my
that
rear
does that
bumper.
does sound
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
that does sound
Yes.
mildly inconvenient.
Oh shit, shit,
Although
shit, shit. Brake, brake, brake,
simultaneously,
brake, 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 brake. Why was that switched?
I
you
mean, he
wanna
could be into it. We don't
you
know,
wanna
but
maybe it helps him get to work faster. You can just sit down and start driving.
yeah,
With a
he
van up
has
your ass.
motorized Heelys, but for his ass.
Like, you just sit on the road and you just scoot along.
Actually, has somebody ever tried that? Like motorizing a Heely? See what happens.
I wonder how you're gonna do it. If you're gonna use a tiny hub motor, otherwise it's gonna be annoying. Like you have to keep it within the sole of a shoe. Like that's the main issue is size. Where you're gonna store the battery.
This was a hypothetical.
You know
Uh,
me. You know I
I
immediately go into this and
I
just
know. I do the
think
same, but
We're
Point.
engineers. What else are we supposed to do? Like, I still have multiple projects that I should actually organize a little bit so I know what I have and I know what I can work on. Like, I still want to basically make a machine that you just put a bunch of syrup into and a bunch of water and you give the amount, like the size of
Oh,
your
that
bottle,
thing
your
still.
glass. Yeah, I still want to make that at some point.
You're
I
still
also
you're
still want to
still
make a
going on about that thing.
Yeah, I want to make that so I can basically get the lemonade that I got from London once again, which is incredibly strong. Like it is like quadruple strength.
That does not sound healthy.
Well, it just means you use a lot less syrup per glass of lemonade, which means one bottle lasts you forever, basically. Or if I drink a lot of it, half a year. Yeah, but it's like one, I think 1 tablespoon per 300 milliliters, which is like 50 milliliters per 300, which is quite a lot of water compared to syrup. But what if you put a different kind of syrup in there, you know? You might do that. Well, now you have to change the amounts you use, meaning that you now have to either change the device or you program it into it and have it work that way. Like I basically have a keypad where you can say, all right, it recommends this, we're going to do that, calculate how much you need, calculate the size, like you have the size of your glass, and then you just fill. And also an entire drinking system for my room, so I can be lazy and press a button with a straw in my mouth. Would be smart for sim racing as well, so I can drink while sim racing.
Weren't you originally talking about needing more exercise?
Yeah. So sim racing.
Ju, buy a sword and start practicing.
No, I'm gonna start sim racing. I should actually do it again.
Oh
And
wait,
if I do it a
Sim racing is
bunch,
not okay. It's a little physical, but not that
I
physical.
also just realized.
depends on how much you do it. It is a real exercise for your arms, depending on how strong you set the force feedback.
I don't think you. I
You
don't
should
think.
not be setting the force feedback that high.
I just realized I don't
I
think
know.
Bush can use a two-handed sword.
No.
He
Well,
would have to go into Roman sword fighting, I guess.
Yeah,
well, I do still
carry
have
the
my
gigantic
tennis
shield on
stuff,
his.
so I do still have
I mean,
I still have my tennis stuff, so I can always just start playing tennis again.
dude, he wouldn't even have to think about holding it up like most people.
Well,
So
here's the
he
thing,
has
though.
that advantage.
But here's the thing, though. Historically, they would really like insist on using your right arm.
Well, too
Which
bad, I guess.
means using your left arm would be more of a surprise because your enemy would, after fighting you a
I
couple of
know,
times,
but
expect.
In the Roman army, you could not get away with that. If you were a Roman soldier,
Yeah,
you would use your left arm or your right arm.
armies
Left arm is for
armies
shield.
are notoriously not flexible about everything.
No,
Like they are just like, oh, you want to do things slightly different to make them work
dude.
for you.
There's
We
a
will not allow for that.
there's a book series. I've only read the first, I think, 3 books. Uh, if I translate it to English, I thought it was like Ghost Hunter, basically. Um, and which is literally about a kid who, because he writes left-handed, could not get into school, could not get a job, all that because of like medieval period shit.
Yeah.
And so his mother is like, well, I've called over the local like ghost hunter, and you go train with him.
Hmm.
and so now he
Honestly, it
catches
would be
witches.
way better than going to school. Just hunting ghosts.
Yeah, it was It was a pretty fun series. I might look into the like later books.
I mean, as any news, then they found a new. They found new dinosaur fossils, like
Oh,
the
nice.
oldest one yet in Argentina. They found it, and they estimate it's around 230 million years old.
Huh. That's quite big.
That's quite old.
Yeah, I don't know since when has age become a size measurement, but I guess now it has.
Well, there's the people that argue that time is the fourth dimension, right?
Apparently, they. I always find it funny when the news start talking about a mental health thing. Like it first happened during the peak of like COVID-19, where they suddenly found out that teenagers and children also have mental health. And apparently, they just figured out that gay people also have mental health and are suffering more than straight people, which is a thing,
Right. So,
which is quite an obvious thing once you think about it, considering
Yeah.
there's a lot of hate towards them.
yeah. I mean,
In the meantime, we as men we should support the gay people because not only means that does it mean there's less
Ah.
competition with just one man being gay, but they often take another man with them, which means way less competition.
yeah.
I mean, that's one way of interpreting it. Yeah, sure.
You know, if everybody's forced to be straight, then there's gonna be more competition. So, you know,
I mean, to be fair though, have you seen how a lot of like dating apps are like, men, we need you
I
back
mean,
eh,
because there's not enough men
y-
on there.
well, have men finally realized that dating apps are just
No, it's because a lot of those dating apps also made the same articles saying like, leave us alone, and men are too aggressive and all that.
yeah.
So we were like, okay. And now they're like,
When all right,
wait,
we're not
come
welcome.
back, no.
It's like, oh, we are not welcome. Fine, we'll go. And
Yeah,
then we went, and then they were like, oh no, wait, we didn't actually mean it. Like, what in
yeah,
a messaging bullshit is this?
yeah.
Like, if you want to make sure that the men stay on the platforms, you know, I actually that's also a thing with dating websites or apps and everything. I saw an actual post at some point that somebody got the like liked 1,000 profiles of women and only got a date with one of them, and even that didn't go through.
Yep.
Which also shows that a dating app for a man is just not the way to go. Like, sure, I'm sure for some people it has actually worked out, but for most of them, it's just not there. So for all the men out there, good luck. You know,
By the way,
yeah.
we have been going for nearly an hour and 40 minutes, so we might want to wrap it up.
I'm gonna wrap it up with what? What kind of rap?
Toilet paper.
Music? With like music, a
what?
musical
What?
rap, or you know,
No, a wrap like the bread.
yeah, I was about to say like the bread. And if so, do you want like you want like you also have like white or brown bread? Do you want that type of stuff? You
No,
know,
no, no.
what kind
The
of
Has it
bread?
just turned into a subway?
what is it called again? The yellow one. The like the
The cornbread?
no
The yellow one. Sounds a little racist.
roti.
Oh yeah, that stuff is delicious.
Yes.
Sounds slightly spoiled, but yes.
God damn it!
Oh my god.
Like that one is up on my level.
Yeah.
No, no.
Yes.
I think it's still slightly better.
Like it's bad. Like if you want to see it as bad, that I'm self-conscious enough to know that it's bad. But then again, it might be worse to the fact that I just don't care. Like I know my sense of humor is not there. I'm still gonna make bad jokes though.
Can we end it?
Well, I mean, do you?
Why do you want to end this absolute comedy gold?
Yes.
No
How
particular
dare
reason.
you?
No particular reason.
How dare you kill our
Do you want to make
comedy
raps?
gold?
Is that why we have to stop? The if the Are you gonna make some raps for like it's like lunch for tomorrow?
Oh, if only I could. But I don't think we have any.
Well, then you go to the store because. Oh wait, you live in the middle of nowhere, so they probably close earlier than
No, actually, they are
10.
open until like 9.
Huh? We have stores here open till 10.
But why would you go to the store at 10?
I don't know.
Actually,
Somebody
dinner?
I
would.
don't know what time they close in minimum, but
It's fairly obvious, right?
I don't know. Anyway,
You gotta have dinner.
Yes, actually, I've known people that have had dinner at that used to have dinner at midnight.
dude, if I'm free, like if I have nothing to do and my parents aren't home, I will I have breakfast at like 10 or 11. I will have lunch at 3, and then I'll have dinner at like
That-
8.
So I
Oh,
had
I
that
didn't get a time
today.
bonus.
Only I had like lunch at like 6 or something.
Oh, you still need to have dinner, I see.
That is just called dinner, actually.
It was to the point like, do I go for lunch now or do we just wait out dinner? At this point, that was kind of the problem.
Yeah, but oh,
So I
I
just had
feel
dinner.
like I feel like it does actually if we don't have any more news.
No, I don't think so.
I don't see any new news. Does leave one thing left to say, and this
Yeah.
is gonna be for my stream. The usual outro for the podcast. No, wait, I'm gonna end the podcast, then I'm gonna end my stream.
It's gonna
But
make it so
for
much
the
more confusing.
yes, for the podcast, it does leave us one thing left to say. We're not experts.
But we were here.